A Roman senator once stood before Caesar with trembling hands. His words were sharp, but his eyes betrayed weakness. Caesar didn't argue. He just laughed. And in that laugh was something terrifying. The whole room realized who really held the power. Confidence wasn't in the senator's speeches. It was in Caesar's ruthless silence. The kind of silence that says, I don't need to explain myself. Now let me ask you something. How many times have you walked away from a situation, a job interview, a conversation, even a date, thinking, damn, I should have said that. I should have stood stronger. That sting of regret, that's the tax you pay for lacking ruthless confidence. And by the way, at the end of this video, I'll reveal the ultimate law of ruthless confidence, the one game changer that makes you untouchable. Don't skip, because once you hear it, you'll never see yourself or other people the same way again. See, ordinary confidence is fragile. It cracks when people laugh at you. It fades the moment you get rejected. But ruthless confidence, that's different. It's cold, it's sharp, and it makes people lean in because they can feel it before you even speak. Why fake confidence fails? Here's the brutal truth. Most people are chasing acceptance. They read TikTok hacks about standing tall, keeping eye contact, power poses, and sure, it works for about 5 seconds. But the moment real pressure hits, they fold. Why? Because they build a mask, not a backbone. Confidence that depends on approval is like a cheap suit. It falls apart the first time it rains. Ruthless confidence, on the other hand, doesn't need approval. It thrives on rejection. It feeds on silence. It walks into a room knowing, if you get me, good. If you don't, even better. That's why fake confidence dies at the first no. But ruthless confidence turns no into fuel. And in a few minutes, I'll show you how. The law of rejection immunity. Let's be real. Most people fear rejection more than death. Studies prove it. The brain lights up during rejection the same way it does during physical pain. That's why people avoid risks, avoid asking out that person, avoid speaking up in meetings. They'd rather stay silent than risk rejection. But here's the law. Ruthless confidence comes from rejection immunity. Imagine rejection as a vaccine. The more you face it, the stronger you get. The person who's been rejected 100 times is untouchable because nothing rattles them anymore. They've turned rejection into armor. There's a reason salesmen who've been told no thousands of times become some of the most confident people on earth. They stop fearing the word no. They expect it, and suddenly it loses its power. Here's a quick mindset shift. Instead of fearing rejection, flip it. Think, every rejection removes weak connections and gets me closer to the right one. See? Now rejection isn't loss, it's progress. And wait until you see how this connects to the final law at the end. It'll all click together. The law of silent power. Let's go back to Caesar for a moment. He didn't need to shout. He didn't need to flex. His silence was louder than the senator's speech. That's the second law of ruthless confidence. Silent power beats loud words. We live in a world where people mistake volume for strength. The louder someone argues, the more insecure they usually are. But think of the most intimidating people you've ever met. They didn't talk much. They didn't rush. They made you wait. And in that wait, you felt their presence. Silence creates tension, and tension creates respect. Try it. Next time you're challenged, don't rush to explain yourself. Pause, look them in the eye. Let the silence burn. You'll feel the shift instantly. And yes, I know what you're thinking. What if they laugh at me? Good. Let them laugh. That laugh is them showing their insecurity, not yours. The law of brutal honesty. Confidence collapses when you lie to yourself. You can fake it on the outside, but deep down you know when you're lying. And that inner voice, it kills your confidence. Ruthless confidence requires brutal honesty. Not sugarcoating your weaknesses, not pretending you're fine when you're not. Instead saying, yeah, I'm weak here, but I'm working on it. And that's why I'm dangerous. People trust you more when you're blunt. They respect you when you don't hide flaws. Why? Because most people are addicted to pretending. When you drop the act, you're free, and freedom is confidence. The dark humor effect. Now here's a twist you want to know. One of the sneakiest weapons of ruthless confidence? Dark humor. The ability to laugh at yourself and at the chaos around you. Think about it. What's the most dangerous guy in a fight? The one who's laughing while fists are flying. That's unsettling. That's confidence. Try this. When life embarrasses you, laugh first. Beat others to the punchline. People can't use your flaws against you if you already own them. That's why comedians seem untouchable. They weaponize their weaknesses. The law of indifference. Here's the scariest law. The person who cares less always holds more power. This is why ruthless confidence feels almost unfair. When you detach your worth from other people's approval, you stop being controlled. Think of dating. The one who's desperate loses. The one who's calm, collected, unbothered. They win because they don't need the other person. That energy is magnetic. Indifference doesn't mean you don't care about anything. It means you don't depend on it. And that's dangerous in the best way possible. The social mirror confidence is contagious. People believe what you reflect. If you act uncertain, they mirror it back. If you act certain, they mirror that too. Psychology calls this the mirror neuron effect. Humans subconsciously copy emotions. That's why leaders who stay calm in crisis calm everyone else. Ruthless confidence isn't about feeling confident. It's about projecting certainty until everyone else buys in. And here's the kicker. Once they buy in, you start believing it too. Building the backbone. Here's where most people mess up. They try shortcuts. Confidence affirmations, motivational speeches, quick hacks. But ruthless confidence comes from stacking wins. Small, daily, private wins. Go to the gym when you don't want to. Finish the project you've been avoiding. Confront the small fears daily. Each one stacks until one day you realize you don't need tricks. You've built a backbone, and that's something nobody can fake. The final law, becoming untouchable. We've been building to this. All the laws, rejection immunity, silent power, brutal honesty, indifference. They all stack into one final truth. Ruthless confidence is the art of becoming untouchable. What does that mean? It means your self-worth is no longer negotiable. No insult, no rejection, no failure can shake it. You don't need approval. You don't need applause. You don't even need agreement, because your confidence isn't built on them. It's built on you. This is the final game changer. The same secret Caesar knew. The same thing the most magnetic, powerful people in history carried. When you stop seeking permission to exist, you become unstoppable. So here's your challenge. This week, practice one of these laws. Just one. Face rejection on purpose. Use silence instead of words. Or laugh at your flaws before anyone else can. Stack them, layer them, build them into your spine. And when people ask, what changed? You'll smile because they'll never really understand.